What's up, guys? Kevin here. I just beat Nier Replicant, watched all the endings. I know I didn't play through all the endings. I just can't replay games. I know it's probably like an extra 10 hours, so it's not that long to get all the other endings, but I just can't do it. I hate replaying stuff I already played through. It's probably why I'm not into roguelites and already gave up on Returnal. I just hate replaying stuff. But Nier Replicant, oh boy, that is my game of the year. Unless Tales of Arise plays as good as it looks, 2021 belongs to Nier Replicant for me. For me. But yeah, let's go back to 2017 real quick. Nier Automata launches. I tried it. I heard the praise. I think Jim Sterling said profoundly, like, if history doesn't remember this game, well, fuck history. Well, at least for me, I forgot about Nier Automata because I gave that game so many chances. And at best, I get 5 hours in and I just give up on it. I hate that world. It looks ugly. It looks very unfinished. Just really like bland and yuck. In that wasteland. The characters don't do it for me. 2B and 9S and all the other characters just feel very personalityless. And I just cannot connect to them. Combat's great. I'll say that. And also, I think Platinum games, I really don't like Platinum games. Just something about them just feel hollow and shallow. That though, I do have to say, I understand people really love Nier Automata. And thank you for loving Nier Automata. I thank you because if people didn't love it and go out and bought Nier Automata, we would never have gotten Nier Replicant, and I probably would have never played Nier. Even if it became like cult status, that game running at 30 frames per second and really long load times in a world of PS5 super fast SSDs, I would not have gone back to it. I've been like, oh, cool. That's nice that game is actually good. But Nier Replicant is really good. So good, in fact. So like Nier Automata I never connected. I never got an attachment to it. I never felt the need to go on. Nier Replicant, after that weird, awkward first 5-10 minutes, that game just kicks in and just gets its claws at me. And I love it. I love the characters. You start off as, well, throughout the game, you play as Nier, or whoever you call yourself. Little blonde boy. And it's just so very simple. Just something that was missing in Nier Automata, or maybe I just really, really wasn't paying attention. But the story is just very simple. Your sister's sick. You just need to go get medicine and find a cure for your sister. That is the plot through the whole story. That is what drives you to the end. And you do get to the end. And it's very satisfying. Even all the endings. The main one you get, and then you watch the rest like I do. And I love that. I love that about any game. It's just give me a very easy story that I can just have in the back of my head. What's great about that is just it allows me to... I was listening to too much podcast when I was playing my last session, but I understand what's going on. I understand this boy loves his sister and wants to go save her. And then you meet a bunch of other characters and get caught up in all these other little side quests and adventures that really just add layers to this game. Story-wise, dimensional-wise. When it's just a very tight, cozy little world that you're living in and just doesn't seem like, oh, not that much there. But there is. Speaking of the world, I love this world so much more than Nier Automata. It's a very, I guess, would you call it Zelda-like? Like Ocarina of Time-like. You got a little center village. Then you got a bunch of surrounding areas for different parts in the game and different villages. You got the desert village, I think it's called Facade, where you got all these people that wear these cool masks. And they live by like rules. And I'm talking about like hundreds of thousands of rules that you can just pull out their butt and know what that rule is. And very interesting world, especially their class system in that land. to like this Ares, which is Kane's hometown. You see in the thumbnail. They're all scared of the shades and the plague that's going on, so they're pretty much hide themselves into their homes, kind of like Bloodborne, like the start of Bloodborne, where you talk to people through their windows and they don't want to go outside and they don't trust you. It's like that. Um, and you got this like manor that's kind of like Silent Hill. Like, it's just so good. I love this world, and it just feels so very well thought out, and very awesome. Oh, South Shore. South Shore is probably my favorite village. A little fishing village off the coast. And you see these adorable seals laying on the beach, rolling over. It's such a cool world. It's such an awesome, cozy world, I would say. And it's not that big. And that's what I love about the 7th gen. It was just, the worlds were very, very compact. So, and now we're in the 8th and 9th gen now. And games are too damn big. Looking at you, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But yeah, this game is just, it has that 7th gen charm. Excuse me. But there is a lot of fetch quests. That's probably where I'm not going to ding it, because I don't mind fetch quests, especially when I understand, like, oh yeah, this game was made, what, 2010? A long time ago. I'm very forgiving of it. But you may not like that. There's quite a lot. However, I did go from checkpoint to checkpoint. I probably did about 5 or 6 side missions, and then a few others I probably did accidentally. I just went checkpoint to checkpoint, and my God, the pacing in this game is so good. So for me, I got maybe an hour, 2 at most to play each night, and that's how I played Nier Replicant. Probably play like an hour or so each night. And it was just enough time to get to a new part of the game, get a lot of new exposition, a lot of new exciting things unfolding in the game. Also with the brand new part of the world that I'm either exploring or getting to visit, and how it all unfolds. And there's different types of game styles in this game. Like, I'm on a pirate ship and it's very spooky. You got to figure out what's going on. Where did these people went missing? Very cool to the like Silent Hill like manner. In one part of the game, it's very spooky. Very spooky. You got like spooky pictures on the wall that change when you walk by them. And then there's like an isometric factory area. Very cool. It just, each night I felt like I was playing the same game, but getting a very different vibe and a very different experience that you just don't see much often. Go back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You're just playing the same thing over and over and over again for hundreds of hours. This game, you're playing so much different type of content in a very compact 15 hours of gameplay. Nah, it took me about like 16 hours. I'm very mad about that, because there's a trophy to beat the game in 15 hours. And I probably would have if I cut out a few of the side quests early on. Oh well. Let's get to the characters. The characters are very fun to be around. Unlike 2B and 9S and all the other characters in that game, that just felt hollow and I didn't really care. This game sets a connection with these characters, with the player, instantly. Just starting off going like, oh, your sister's sick. Oh, I mean, we're going through a pandemic right now. So if you cannot find a connection there, yeah, maybe something's wrong with you. And then you find this little wise-ass book named Weiss, who's basically the counter or the opposite of your character, who is just very green, very, yes, we can do it, let's go help out. Very straight edge and just a hero. And Weiss, the book, is just a wise ass and grumpy and old. Also very wise with great knowledge, and will just tell you straight as it is. There's a lot of times during the game where something really messed up happens and he's just very blunt. And you're just like, whoa, don't need to be a dick, Wise, but yeah, you're right. And just them two play off each other and it's very fun. And there's a part in the game where you're a little bit older, and just to see your character change to someone who is obviously spent the last 5 years around Weiss, and that his personality kind of becomes more like Weiss, and Weiss kind of lightens up like the main character. Is very fun to watch, very fun to see it. And then you meet Kane, this girl here, or is it a girl? Uh, I'll just warn you there, if you're really into her, just look into her backstory. But her backstory is amazing. I started story B after I beat ending A, and it starts off as a visual novel. I don't know if you would call it a visual novel, but you're reading a lot of words, and you learn her backstory there, and you get a lot of it in ending or in the first playthrough. But yeah, she is a wisecracking, snotty little brat who has the mouth of a sailor. She curses a lot. She seems like, oh, this is a very hot girl. I mean, she's got to be very popular and cute and have a very girly voice. Nope. She's voiced by Laura Bailey, if you know what Laura Bailey sounds like. Let's just say she played Abby. And there's a lot of similarities between Abby and Kane, besides the physical form. Actually, Abby is a full-on girl, if I remember. But yeah, Laura Bailey, man, like, I understand. If I were to ever see her, I would have her sign a Nier Replicant. If I had to pick a game or any of her content, it would be Nier Replicant, because she did an awesome job as Kane. She just gets very angry and short with everybody. But she has a soft spot for Emil, cute little boy, who is very got a very bunch of disturbing qualities going on with him. But them two connection, which don't really make sense, is just fun to watch. Them two is fun. And see, just all these characters are awesome. And you got Popola and Devila, the two twin sisters that help you out through the game. They're fun to interact with. It's just a fun world, a bunch of fun characters. There's even a couple in the South Shore area that they get in really big fights, and it's just fun hearing Weiss just crack jokes about them and just get annoyed by them. This world is awesome. But there is a lot of tragedy, so expect some not so good things to happen. Excuse me. I'm talking too much. I love this game. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. My only negative thing is that visual novel part where, like, you're reading thousands of words. And I ain't gonna lie. After the first set of NPC dialogue there I read through, I just skipped through the rest. I just looked on the internet like, all right, what's the answer? I'm going to do that. Got to knock it off a point there. Visually, it does kind of have that Nier Automata, just kind of hazy ugliness. But that's just from it being a 7th gen game that they didn't really do a great job remastering or remaking. Just a lot of softness, a lot of blooming in the picture. But other than that, it's still a very fun world to be in. Very fun world to be in. 60 frames per second. And what else? Fast loading times. That's what I want to get to. Very fast loading times. Yeah, it's great. It's a great game to play. My game of the year so far for 2021, Nier Replicant. I really hope we get a sequel to this. We'll probably end up getting a sequel to Nier Automata, but I hope whatever we get, I guarantee we're going to get something new. I think Yoko Taro might be working on something else, but Square Enix, give us another Nier game and have it be more like Nier Replicant. At least for me. Well, tell me what you think in the comment section if you played it. Yeah, slap a like, and I'll talk to you later. Later.